Hey guys, my name is Ethan Scarborough. Welcome to Two, where I teach you how to build a Twitch bot for your Twitch channel. Today, I actually get the intro smooth. Woohoo, woohoo. But today we're building a game, which is probably the thing that most people want to do with Twitch bot. There is going to be quite a lot of programming for this one, and we are using object-oriented programming. So if you don't understand that, then it'll be. I imagine there will almost definitely be, well, I'm pretty sure there is definitely a video on a channel called ScentDeck, so you can go and look at. He's much better at teaching the basics of this sort of thing than I ever could be. So go watch his channel if you're not sure what object-oriented programming is. If you think you'll be able to follow it anyway, then you're more than welcome to stay, leave, come back, whatever you want to do. Yeah, we're going to launch our init, and we're going to create our function. Now that this function is actually planned. So we're gonna quickly just separate these off. So that's part of the economy. This is just misc stuff. And whoops, it is. And now we get games commands. And we're gonna have two specifically. So we're gonna include really simple coin. Oh, come on. Coin flip. I'm on a smaller desk, so everything is a bit cramped. Because I'm at home now. Hey. And then, oh, do we need to pass funkin? I don't think it was necessary. Games.coin flip, and then cooldown. We'll just have that as like 5 minutes, so 300. CMD. Heist. We're just going to make both the commands now, screw it. Games.start heist, and then cooldown equals 60. So we'll have a minute on it. Cool. So now we need to import games as well, and we also need to create our games. So we don't want to rename the folder, that'd be a bad thing. We want to create a new file, and we want to call it games.py. And this file will contain literally everything we need for our games. So, from random, we are going to. Whoops, I've changed the cursor. God damn it! I'm literally like this all the time. It's extremely annoying. I really need to learn how to type. I'm gonna be honest with you. So we're gonna import DB as well, and we're gonna set heist to equal none. And we're gonna set heist lock to equal to time, just because it's easier. Cool. So we're not going to worry about the heist at the moment, though. We're going to do the coin flip first. So we're going to define our coin flip function. We're going to pass the bot. We're going to pass the user. We're going to take a side, and we're going to give it an args value. So that reminds me, did I or did I not? I did. Fantastic. Cool. I just wanted to make sure I put the args on the one on the previous one because I couldn't actually remember. So side is an argument that we actually pass through. The reason we have it as keyword argument is because if it's not passed through, we can then check to see, oh, is it none? If so, they haven't passed it. So we do need to set all arguments as keyword arguments. However, they can be passed through positionally, which they're going to be. So it's all fine. It's all fine. It's just to make sure it works, and of course the args is in case people pass too many arguments, they just get eaten up and they don't error. So first of all, so this coin flip will ask users to pick a side, and if they guess it correctly, they get money. Woo! If they don't guess it correctly, they don't get anything. So it's basically just a coin farm, pretty much. But that's fun. So we first need to check if the side is none. And we're gonna bot.send message if so. I'm just gonna copy and paste the message from here because it's easy than just typing everything out. There you go. You need to guess which side the coin will land. It's basically just a little friendly error message. Okay, sorry for the little cut there. I had to do something. Yes. Anyway, so if side has been defined, we're now gonna define side as side dot lower, just to kind of unify things. So essentially it will make side lower, and then because that's not done in place, we need to redefine it, so we just redefine it as side using the Python 3.8 plus walrus operator. And then we need to define an opt, which is basically an options list, which is a tuple of heads, tails, heads, tails. So if the user did not pass in a valid argument, basically, we're going to pass this message in. We're going to bold send message, enter one of the following as the side, and then we're just going to concatenate that with a comma separated list of all the possible options. That's just the easiest way of doing it. If everything is valid, we now need to make a result. Well, we now to actually choose it. So we can do, choice. God, heads. Christ, why can't I type? There we go. As I said, I really need to learn to type. So we're now just choosing between heads and tails. That actually needs to be at least a tuple. To do that, for some reason, in my plan, I did it like this. I have no idea why. That is entirely unnecessary to do. Yeah. Anyway, so if side 0 equals result 0, so essentially what it's doing is it's taking the first letter of side and making sure it's the same as the first letter of result. Because if they type heads or H, it's going to be this one. If they type tails or T, it's going to be this one. It just makes it easier, pretty much, to work out which one is one. It's essentially bulletproofs it. So we now need to give that user their reward. So we're going to update users set coins equal to coins plus 50. We're going to give them 50. You can give them whatever you want. User ID equals that, and then we need to pass in user ID. And then bot.send message. I'm just going to once again copy and paste the actual message in because it's easier. It's probably more interesting than watching me type everything. So it landed on the result, so heads or tails. You won 50 coins. Fantastic. Else, and then another message just to say, too bad that tells you didn't win anything. So they don't lose anything, but they don't win anything either. And then they're also timed up for 300 seconds. So if we go in and test that as no attribute start heists, because we haven't defined it yet, have we? I knew this was going to be a bad idea. There you go. That's what happens if you plan things a bit too carefully. So if we now do coin flip, we got... Oh, I forgot my own command worked. No, I didn't forget how my own command worked. That was proven that the error worked. The error handling worked. You know what, we'll actually test this as well. So all of one is aside, heads, tails, heads, or tails. The reason I'm doing this is because if you error, the cooldown actually comes into effect. Which is a bit annoying. So if you guess on the tails. Come on. Crap, I landed on heads, I didn't win anything. And we're going to keep doing that now until I actually win, so I can show that my coin total has gone up. Let's just get that back up. There you go, so my coin's on 10. If I were to... Oh no, let's go tails again. Oh, come on. There you go. Oh, come on, man. The thing is, I'll go for heads and it will be tails. So I'm going tails again. I'm going tails until it wins. Damn it! Are you serious? All right. All right. We're gonna test my luck here. BRB. There we go. Oh my god, that totally did not take 6 tries. I actually got it wrong again up here. Christ, that was luck. That was luck. So we gain 50 coins plus another 3 that we've gained from the coin lot running out. Oh my god. So having concluded that my bot hates me, we can now continue to the heist. So to actually do that, we need to create a class called Heist, and we're just going to instantiate with an object because we can. So in our init, we're going to set self.users equals that, so that keeps track of how many users are currently in the pod. Self.run equals false is just a little boolean or a little flag. So start time equals time plus 60. That is the amount of time until the heist starts, basically. Self.end time equals 0. That doesn't get set yet, so or that gets set later. Self.pot I don't think I ever actually used, come to think of it. Oh no, I did use it. Oh no, I didn't. Yeah, we're not using a pot. I think I was going to do it on a different system and then decided against it and then just left that in. Self.messages we're going to have as a dictionary that's just a series of messages that you can put out. I had 3 for each. So I had 3 success messages and 3 fail messages just to keep things a little interesting. You can pause the video and copy them if you want. I don't mind. So we need a function to add the user. Bot user bet to the actual pot. So the first thing we need to do is check if the user is actually in self.users. If they are, I'll get it eventually. You're already good to go. So basically, just don't add them again. Elif self.running. So if a heist is actually going. But that should really be first, shouldn't it? Come to think of it. Hey, come on, there we go. Cool. Send message. Our heist is already in progress. Is this? Oh my god, this message is huge. I'm just gonna copy and paste it in. As always, because I am lazy. Big rip. I should have also finished that sentence while I was here, I'm not gonna lie. Elif bet is greater than their coin total, so we're going to set that as int db.field. Why do I set it as an int? It already is an int. No, I made a lot of mistakes in this plan apparently. From users where user user ID equals that, and then just gonna pass in the user ID. And then we'll have it on the same line just to keep things a bit more. I would normally put database values on the second line, but we're just going to keep on the first one, just because it's easier. And we're just going to copy and paste this message in. So the reason we actually define coins is so we can use it in the message. So you already have coins. So it tells you how many you have if you can't bet. Otherwise, the bet is completely valid, and we update users set coins equals coins minus that, where user ID equals that. So I believe we just set coins minus the bet, and where the user equals user ID. Self.users.append, and then we pass in the user and the bet so we can keep track of both. And then bot.send message, we'll just copy that in. The reason we're passing as a tuple is just because it's easier. Really. There's no real need to create a dictionary for something like this. So there's not really a point, to be brutally honest with you. Self-byte. So actually start the heist. And then bot.send the message. Cool. The heist has started. So we set self.running equals true, so the program knows it's running. and we set ourselves to end time equals time plus rand int 30 and 60. So the heist runs on a random timer. Now I should say that the bot only checks if the heist has begun and ended when a message has been sent. It doesn't do it based entirely on time, because it's easier, really. If your Twitch chat is active, if there are people in the heist, they're probably going to keep talking, so it'll be fine, really. Another reason is because I genuinely just could not get the scheduler to work. With this, I tried and tried and tried and tried and tried, and it was not happening. So if anyone knows how the IRC, I think it's like iScheduler or something, works, then let me know. Meanwhile, this is a pretty decent workaround. Stuff the bots. Also stuff to end. Succeed. So we need to keep track of who actually succeeded. Oops. For user bet in self.users, that's also why we did it in a tuple, because it's easier. If, and then we're literally just gonna say if true or false, basically. So just choose one. So if this completely random 50-50 event comes out as true, we then update users set coins equals coins. Why do I keep putting counts? Plus that's where user ID equals that, and we set that as the bet times 1.5, and then of course the user ID. So they get 1.5 times the amount. We succeeded.append. We use the same strategy, so we append it with a tuple. Pass the user in, and then bet times 1.5 for later. And then what we can do here is actually, I'm just going to copy and paste pretty much all this in. So if they succeeded, then we just send a random message from one of the success messages, formatting the user name into it. Otherwise, you send one of the fail ones. So I think we've got 4 of the guards, got caught by the guards, injured by gunshot, got lost. Yeah, so it's just basically just kind of really cheesy messages. At the end of it all, outside of the for loop even, we send a final message. The heist is over. I don't know why it's an F string. I think I was gonna make it an F string originally, and then decided against it. The winners, and then we'd go on a new line, and we actually use a join here, which is why we're doing that. Dot join, and then make a list of entries pretty much. So we do our username, and then we spit out the number of coins. For user, and then I think it's user, winnings, whatever, coins in succeeded. So essentially what that will do is it will just crush the list of winnings into a formatted string. If no one wins, it will just do this. The heist is over, the winners, and just be blank. You could potentially do a if succeeded, or if len succeeded equals, or we'll just do greater than 0. Oops. Do that. Else bot.send message. The heist was a failure. No one got out. And then that will work pretty much. So that's all we need to put in the actual class. So we now have our constructed. We now have our class ready. We now need to define the function that will start the heist. But user bet equals none. Again, same philosophy as before, and then args because we're just passing the argument through. We need to global heist. Don't shout at me for doing that. Essentially, we just need to make sure that heist up here is set properly. So if bet is none, bot.send message, you need to specify an amount to bet. Felt as though it was probably just easy for me to type that one. Else, and then we're using a try and accept statement to work out if this is a number. So try int bet accept, what is it? It's the value error. But send message, you need to, that's the wrong error message. That's not a valid bet. And then just return out because we don't want to continue any further. Although a try else would probably work, wouldn't it? We'll try a try else. I've never really used try elses before, but we'll see. If bet is less than 1, bot.send message, you need to bet at least 1 coin. This one seems trivial, but there will be people that try and bet 0 and minus coins or whatever. Else, if heist is none, heist equals heist, and then heist.add user bot user bet. And that will create our heist. Did we actually set the heist? Oh no, we did it there. I don't know why it's bot.start heist. I don't know why I named it that, but whatever. Run heist. Be where we actually start our heist. Heist.start bot, I believe. Do we do it here? I actually don't bloody remember where I start the timer. We'll run it anyway just to test. Heist bot global heist, and then heist dot, oops, I like to have an extra line, end bot, and then heist equals none. Is it part of the React? It might be part of the React. Hang on. I'm gonna see if I can try and find where I've done this. Give me a second. Right, aha, it is in the React. I just didn't put that in the notes for some reason, which is why I got all confused. So what do we need to import? So we do need to import something else in here. So from .commands import games, and then in our little thing here, underneath the cheers, if we're just going to set the heist as h, games.heist is not none. If h.start time, oops, that's not a function, is less than or equal to time and not h.running, then we need to start the heist. But if h.end time is less than or equal to time and h.running, games, oops, Hames, end heist bot. Cool, so that should work now. Where's my mouse gone? There it is. Got lost on the second screen then. So it should be fine. When we add the command back, I just realised I forgot to do. Cool. So heist, and we specify we need to specify an amount to bet. So that's what happens if you do that. You'll also be locked out of the heist. If you get it wrong, then you're not coming in the heist. Sorry about that. So we're gonna bet 50 on the heist. You're suited and ready to go. Stand by for showtime. So now we just got to wait a minute. So I'll see you in a minute. Okay, cool, I'm back. It's been a little longer than a minute. I used the time to reply to some messages, to be honest. But we are now able to start the heist. So the next message I send, whatever it might be, will crash the bot. Fantastic. In time is not defined. God damn it! I didn't import time, did I? Oh, wasted all that time. From time, import time. Right, okay, I'll see you in another minute. Also, what's happened is it's taken the coins, but because it crashed, it kept them. So I'm down to my last 15, man. Okay, cool. That should be another minute. Hey, the heist started. Fantastic. So we just keep going, and then gotta wait another minute. Hey. A lot of waiting. You wouldn't normally have to wait for it, you see, because people would keep talking while the bot was waiting for it. But when you're testing it on your own, it's yeah, it can be a bit annoying. And shit, I'm not waiting all the time again. It does work. This part does work. I was injured by a gunshot. The heist was a failure. No one got out. No. But yeah, that's after all the waiting. You won't have to do, thankfully. Yeah, that's how to do games in Twitch. So if you like the video, say hello down below, and also if you have any questions, put them in the comments below as well, or join the Discord and ask them there. And I'll see you next time when we do mod commands and auto moderation. So it's all the moderation stuff next time. Yeah, I'll see you next time.